Greetings, people. Stacey here. I want to talk about fear and faith. Like one of my favorite Bob Dylan lines, you got to serve somebody. So you got to pick what you're going to serve, fear or faith. So every day we have a new opportunity when we wake up in the morning, our first thought, whatever you woke up to and the first thought in your brain is where you're supposed to go into and kind of figure that out. Now, I know we're busy. I used to be so free that I would really care about when my series on TV was going to come back. Oh, what's going to happen? Now it's just an afterthought. Okay, I'll see you next week. Meanwhile, got to get on with my day. So we go to different spots of different focus where our attention's on. So when you're free and you have a lot of time, you take more time to sit and think. But some people use that time to worry instead of create. So you want to be in a spot of, I'm creating my new moment. Now, if you're going through something that's horrendous and difficult, which can happen, happens to everyone, it's going to happen, and your first thought and your attention is on fear, like, oh my God, what if, and what happens, and the unknown, then you're choosing to stay in a space that doesn't feel good. And all that is going to feed is more fear. So you can't change the situation. You could change how you look at the situation. Say if you're going through a breakup, a disease, loss of anything, any loss that you're going through, that is part of you. Because what's happening is really life is shifting you to something better. And that sounds like really Pollyanna optimistic. But the truth is, it's really happening. You have to be destructed, the breakdown, to be rebuilt. Life really wants to give to you abundance and joy. You have to feel worthy of receiving that. I know for my own self, and we teach by what we've learned. It's the only way to teach. If you haven't experienced things, don't talk about them, because then you're a parrot reciting a page in a book. You have to experience. So being grown is a wonderful blessing. Being young is a blessing, but know that the youth is going to be going through the things you went through. So just be kind. Don't judge people. Oh, they don't know any better. They're not supposed to know any better yet. And there's a few wise ones that do. But again, experience is your best teacher. So I know for myself, when, I went through loss. I lost my mother, my father died on my birthday. I mean, a lot of, crazy shit. I lost faith, and I became fear-based, very fear-based. Prior to that, I was the freest chick you'd ever meet in your life. Free. No worries. I used to be able to smoke weed. Now I can't even look at it. It's anxiety-ridden because of my association. So my thoughts created a lot of fear in my body because what was happening to others outside of me. Yes, that was my father, my mother, blasé. However, what it really was is their soul contract with God and spirit, not mine. So my attention was on loss and fear, which is uncertainty, like, oh God, what could happen? And by staying in that fear space, everything around me was scary. Everything. I was panic. I had panic attacks. I was fear-based. I stayed there not that long because I wasn't going to stay uncomfortable. So what did I do? I went out and I got help. I went to a therapist. Help me. I'm having panic attacks. I can't leave my house. I'm crazy right now. I can't do it. So I went to a spiritualist who got me on path. And I started doing my work. And by the time I was 30, I own this woman that I am. I'm 52 now. I own me. I love me. I'm fully there. Do I fall? Of course I do. I'm human. I'm having that experience. But I know for certain that life is going to give you exactly what you're paying attention to. When I was afraid, I had more things to be afraid of. Now, and I've been really good back on path. Like I've fallen. I opened a new store. I've been in business 26 years. I left my store of 25 years to move to another location. Life was changing and had to go with the tide. And it was very fear-based. Financially, I was scared. I was in a position I'd never been in my entire life. I've been in really scary positions, watching my parents die. But now that brought up all this angst in me, like, oh my God, who's going to take care of me? And by that fear-based thought, nobody was taking care of me. I forgot my connection. I forgot my worthiness. I forgot who my daddy is. I know who my daddy is. God's my daddy. I'm heir to the throne. I'm highly favored. I'm God's daughter. My abundance flows like water. But when I was in that fear space, which is so wrong, and you know it's wrong because you feel like crap, but when I was living there, nothing could soothe me. My relationship suffered. My business suffered. I suffered. I was walking around with shoulder earrings. I was stressed. And then I got to a space, hell no, I am not hanging out here anymore. No way. And I started going back in. And I read books. And I meditate. And I got back to the truth is that my supply and my deservitude is completely connected and 100% up to me. I don't look at you for my supply. I'm not paying for likes and followers. I'm not playing any bullshit in my life. I am authentically, genuinely me. And because I am genuinely me, with a heart of pure gold, I ain't got to search for shit. I got to sit down and receive it. So knowing your birthright, and if you're a decent, loving, giving, nurturing person, first to yourself, because if you're giving outside, you ain't doing nothing, because that's not authentic. You can't give that you don't know. I can't fill you up from this emptiness. I can only fill you up from my overflow. So you have to get to an overflow with yourself. So if that means for you to sit alone by yourself and read books and meditate and cry, I created a core, I call it, the circle of resentment. You take yourself a piece of paper, draw a big old circle in the center of that paper, and anyone you feel any resentment towards, put their name in that circle. Anyone. Outside of the circle, write down I feel and blah, blah, blah. Not associated to the people's names in your circle, your core, circle of resentment. In your feelings, I feel slighted, left, passed over, whatever you're feeling, get that all out there, because resentment is just burning inside. After you write your I feel, then take your pen, pencil, who cares, and go to each name in that circle, and you stay with that person's name till you can make sense and peace and heal and forgiveness. I did this a few months ago, about a month ago. I was having some feelings. I was like, oh, wait a minute, this isn't me. It was me. I had 28 names in that dang circle. Hop in. Went through everyone's name, worked it out to understand where they live and reside. Not that they're less than me, above me, nothing like that. To get compassion and empathy and understanding. See, that's what spirituality is. Learning yourself. All I care about is God knowing me and me knowing God. That's out. That's it. I know who I am. And if I fall, I check back in. Because God accepts counterfeit coins. So we're allowed to fall off path. We're supposed to. So that's where the tests come in. That's where you're going to meet angels. That's where situations are going to happen and magic and miracles. And it'll be like, oh shit, oh my God, look what happened. Your attention from the moment you wake up in the morning, if it feels good, if you're like, oh, thank you, all my cells are renewed and I'm brand new today and what opportunities, you stay in there with gratitude. If you wake up with the stank on you, you stay in that and do shit. Get rid of that. It's not true. So find a better feeling thought because you just set up your day from your first thought in the morning. Being spiritual is just being awake. We're all spiritual. You're not running around with badges. Hi, I'm a spirit, I'm a master, I'm a this, look at my certificates. You are just connected and you're recognize in each other. So everything is awaiting for your self-discovery, for you to recognize your oneness with all that is in everyone. And when you're in that when you recognize that, then there is no fear. Then you realize the Father and the Son are one. So that means us in everything connected. We're one with the trees. We're one with male, female, countries, potatoes. We're connected to all that is because we're all of the divine. And find your space in the divine so you feel divine. And then from that feeling of divinity, that's what you're pouring on other people you meet. When you love yourself fully, that's spirituality. That's the shit. When you love yourself so divinely, then that's how you're treating everyone else because you're dripping what's in you. And that's the highest form. Yeah, that's your psychic power right there, connecting to everyone and recognizing. So today, when you wake up, I want you to focus. Where is my head going? Where does this feel? Let me heal that and release it and start talking some truth. Because, honey, the truth feels good. Anything else is not. I'm going to go now. I wish you all a blessed day, and we will talk soon. Bye now.